Oh my goodness. Matt and Josh from Usel Comics, the live stream tonight. Josh's cat Roswell is going nuts in the background. Super excited
Sorry
for the
about
show. Oh,
he's the most excited one.
it's fine.
Jesus.
Before we get started, I want to talk about something serious. The last 2 weeks, I noticed that my mic was popping in. No one said anything, so I hope I fix it this week. I think it might have been the AMD noise suppression on YouTube was causing it to pop, so apologize if I annoyed anyone with that. I think I have it fixed now, but nice. We'll see. But welcome everyone to the live stream. USL Comics is presents this live stream. They're a new multi-vendor marketplace for selling comics, omnis, trades, and more. We have a couple of different tiers: 5% pay when you sell, $6 no commission per month, and $15 to run your own auctions with no commission. So we launched the 5% tier 2 weeks ago, and it's going pretty well for sign up. So yeah. If you're looking for any, there's actually some nice books, Spider-Man books that someone put up a couple weeks ago. First appearance of Venom, some signed McFarlane stuff. So yeah. So this week we have a lot of news. Top 10 cover price, keys of the week. There's a big key that I think is selling out everywhere already. That is in the in the key collectors this week. I was lucky to snag a copy or two from the various places I buy variants from, but yeah. So the first article this week is about Daredevil, which I'm sure is, 2 years, 3 years away from airing. But Marvel's Daredevil reboot.
I don't know. I feel like they're gonna try to cram it in next year. I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
Like they're gonna shoot all 20. It's 24 episodes, right?
They're gonna shoot two. No, it was 18 episodes.
18 episodes. So you think they'll shoot all 18 at once, and then split 2 seasons?
I thought they were doing one season, all 18 episodes.
Nah, it won't be. Like I know Kevin Feige said it was 18 episodes, but I don't think they'll air it all at once.
Okay.
Like 18 straight weeks of Daredevil.
It's a lot of cocks.
They're gonna keep at least 8 episodes in their 9 episodes in their back pocket for like when there's a break in the schedule to fill something up, right? Between Star Wars and Marvel and right. But I'm not sure this is good news or bad news, but a list of writers for Disney Plus's Daredevil board again reveals 2 Arrowverse veterans have joined the MCU universe. The CW's Arrowverse is coming to Marvel Cinematic Universe as 2 veteran scribes from the DC television franchise have joined the writing staff of Daredevil board again. Per the Cosmic Circus, a list of writers for Daredevil revealed that Jill Blankenship and Grenene Godfrey have joined the writers' room for the upcoming Disney Plus series.
I'm just checking.
Previously contributed to Arrow, with Blankenship being one of the writers for the unmade spin-off Green Arrow and the Canaries backdoor pilot. Blankenship and Godfrey have experience working on DC Comics related projects for the CW under their belts. Excuse me. Blankenship was a co-creator and showrunner of the short-lived Naomi alongside Anna DuVernay, while Godfrey wrote for The Flash. Godfrey also served as co-showrunner for DC's Legend of Tomorrow, which was canceled after 7 seasons. Naomi was canceled as well just after a single season on CW. Legends of Tomorrow was alright, although I only watched the first 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, I didn't watch much after, I think the first
much like the Arrowverse
season.
that lost me after that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at what they wrote for Arrowverse. The first one she did the later seasons, which is unfortunate. But the other one did 1 episode in 2014, so promise.
Okay, well, it's entirely possible that it wasn't their fault that they pushed that whole Oliver. What was the lady's name that they had that whole romance thing about? I don't know. I don't remember her name. The blonde woman. They might
With
not
the
have
glasses.
they might not have had anything to do with that, and it might have been in Guggenheim. Guggenheim? He was a showrunner. Berlanti? I don't know, one of those two. Might have been pushing that narrative. Also, Marvel news. How Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania just coming out in like 3 weeks.
Less than a month.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. We're starting phase 5 in less than a month. It is
Well,
wacky.
Sam is here. Hello, Sammy.
Sup.
I'd like to give my condolences for the Cowboys, as us Bills fans also were very sad this week.
It was a rough week.
A rough weekend for both of us.
It's very rough.
Jesus.
Bills got dominated, and the Cowboys star logo stands for literally 1 star.
I saw even the Cowboys Twitter was making fun of Dak.
Oh my god.
Like, threw 2 interceptions and no touchdowns or blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, even your own Twitter is, like, the own official Twitter is going to make fun of Dak. Like, that's kind of low. And that poor Dallas kicker, man, missing all those extra points.
God.
Dude, like, I feel terrible for that guy. I mean, it wasn't Scott Norwood in the Super Bowl, but Jesus.
No.
Or, Ray Finkel in Ace Ventura?
Yeah, Finkel, yeah.
Finkel and Einhorn.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've all seen, I think most of us have seen the Quantumania trailer and seen shots of MODOK. We know he's going to be in the movie. Jeff Loveness. Sammy said, "Yeah, here's to next year." Yeah, I hope we both meet in the Super Bowl again, so we the Bills can get revenge over the '94 back-to-back losses to the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
Writer for the film, Jeff Loveness, spoke at length with Special Effects Magazine about the enjoyment of bringing an unhinged character in the villain MODOK to the big screen. Yet he dropped a few intriguing references when describing influential sources to bring the character to life. I'll just say he was inspired by Kevin Kline in A Fish Called Wanda and Frank Grimes in an old Simpsons episode. Like the character Frank Grimes, he describes MODOK as this really put upon, selfish, entitled, but then also deeply sad, insecure man who knows that he got a shit deal in life and is just trying to make the best of it. MODOK, a creation of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, was introduced in Tales of 1993, taking shape as a mutated, cybernetically altered villain with an oversized head who flies around on a hover chair. I'm super interested to see how, because we've seen MODOK fly around and we've seen him with the armor and without the armor. We haven't heard him talk yet, so I kind of don't know. I don't know. I don't even know who's doing the voice of MODOK. Do you? Has that been announced?
Okay, actually, that's a good question.
Like, it's not Patton Oswalt from the Hulu.
No, I'm gonna assume that it's gonna be what's his name from the first Ant-Man.
What's his name from the first Ant-Man?
Because they're using what's his name's face, Corey Stahl.
Are they?
Yeah, you didn't see that.
I didn't even notice that.
Okay, so in the trailer, you do for basically a second, you see a superimposed, stretched, like really bad looking face of him. And it's like it looks just like MODOK did in the original comics.
But this description of the character doesn't suggest Corey Stahl. Like he was CEO of company. He had
right, but I think what's going to happen is obviously right. Like he got tossed into the quantum realm. He got torn apart. Right,
the shit end of the deal.
So yeah, he got like this shitty end of the deal, and he probably went through all of that stuff that obviously is maybe something that Frank Grimes similarly went through.
Yeah, so
I love it.
A couple more weeks till Ant-Man comes out February 18th.
Oh, it's gonna get crazy.
Do we think so it's been a while since a Marvel... Has it been a while since a Marvel movie made $1 billion?
I don't think it's going to make $1 billion.
800 million? Like Ant-Man typically has done like 500 million or less. The original and sequel. But this one has Kang and it has so much writing on it. I feel like...
I'm going to say 700 million sounds about...
Okay. We will revisit that in 2 months.
What do you say? Over under 7?
Well, Avatar will be done, but hopefully be done by then. Fuck.
I'm going to tell you this right now. It's January 24th. I don't think that film has any. I don't think it's lost really any steam. Let's say 5% steam it's lost.
It's unfortunate. Especially now with the Oscar nominations today. Getting nominated for Best
That's going to be another 2 weeks. That's going to be another 2 weeks full steam.
All right.
And then it's going to start to like wind down. I think it's going to still be in theaters.
My prediction would be 850. 850. Price is right rules.
$1.
Yeah, $1. Okay. Now Loki is coming back in a new comic book series before Loki season 2 airs on Disney Plus. This June, Loki will once again unleash his unique brand of mayhem when he takes center stage in a brand new comic book series, arriving right in time for Loki season 2 on Disney Plus. There's that corporate synergy we all know and love. Yeah, Disney loves to do this. They also recently relaunched a Fantastic Four comic.
Really?
Yeah. So we'll see. If that ties in or not. This title will obviously focus on Marvel Universe God of Mischief, where though Alligator Loki is on the teaser art. Loki will be a 4-issue limited series written by Dan Waters, and debut with acclaimed artist Germán Peralta from Black Panther. This exciting new chapter for the God of Stories will introduce a collection of ancient Norse weapons Loki crafted in his mischievous past when they're scattered throughout the realms, including Nidilvalir, Creasebase, Earth. Loki must track them down to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. Do you think these weapons are going to show up in the series, maybe? Yes, 100%. Marvel loves to do this, is do a series, stick like one thing in there that they're going to use in the, right? So you get that like callback for the people who read the series, and it's a nice little touch, but then, you don't have to read it to get it.
Right.
Throughout this twisting journey, readers will see Loki go head-to-head with iconic Marvel villains, provoke Earth's mightiest heroes, and be forced to confront the dark truth that lies at his center. It's hard to say what a delight it is to be making my Marvel debut, even more so to be doing it with the God of Stories himself, taking him all the way around the Marvel Universe and back again. I can't wait for all you to see the beauty of Jermaine's art is breathing into this tale we have to tell you, full of magic, danger, and if Loki can't help himself, he can't. Moody fucking football. Quite a smidge of mischief. So it comes out in June. Here's one of the covers with the different Lokis. Oh yeah,
well, the alligator made it, eh?
Yeah, there's the alligator, old Loki.
Holy shit.
I suppose that's Kid Loki.
Yeah.
President Loki. I don't know these two though. Yeah, so that comes out in June before the series. Some kind of sad news this week. It's sad, but it's also kind of touching. Mark Hamill talked about his time as Joker being done. Star Wars legend Mark Hamill has become synonymous with the Joker since first playing the Crown Prince of Crime in Batman the Animated Series. He reprised the role in a number of animated TV shows and movies, later lending his voice to the character in the Arkham trilogy of video games as well. The actor was joined in all of those by Batman actor Kevin Conroy, with the duo viewed as a definitive Dark Knight and Harlequin of hate in the eyes of most fans. Sadly, Conroy passed away last year following a brief battle with cancer. His final performance as Batman will be heard in Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. But just as the late actor's time as the hero is over, Hamill's now confirmed his own days as a Joker are likely behind him. In talking with Screen Rant, courtesy of Empire Magazine, Hamill said they would call and say they want you to do the Joker, and my only question was, is Kevin Batman? If they said yes, I would say I'm in. We were like partners, he recalls. We were like Laurel and Hardy. Without Kevin there doesn't seem to be a Batman for me. So maybe he shows up in Suicide Squad then too, if Kevin Conroy's in it.
Yeah, I would say like it might be a final,
Although there was a
Hurrah,
leak this
maybe.
week about Suicide Squad, and people are unhappy.
Really, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a live service game with lots of with lots of loot boxes and different currencies to buy to get those loot boxes.
Warner Brothers, no.
Oh, it's fully expected from Warner Brothers, and it makes the leaks screenshots more legitimate when Warner Brothers does a copyright strike. So,
Oh my god.
and
Of course, great.
Take him down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Give me a break.
So Comixology was bought by Amazon quite a while ago.
Worse, eh?
And now it looks like they are laying off a bunch of people, although there's conflicting reports. Comixology is the digital place to buy comics through Amazon on your Kindle, etc.
Yeah.
It used to be an independent app which people loved, and then Amazon bought it and they turned it into shit. Apparently, I don't use it. I have Marvel Unlimited for Marvel comics, and if I want to read back issues digitally, and there are other ways to get comics digitally. I would pay for DC Unlimited, but it's not available in Canada. So fucking DC, they don't want my money. Anyways, previously it had been suggested to Bleeding Cool in an earlier report that Comixology had fired half their staff. We do know that most tech companies are starting to lay off a bunch. Google,
Everybody's getting laid off.
Microsoft laid off a bunch of people. Yeah. It wouldn't be surprising that Amazon's doing the same.
Yep.
Sammy asked, should a digital copy be cheaper than the physical copy? That is the age-old question, including video games too, right? Like they charge the same.
I personally don't think so. I don't think it should be a huge difference. But I feel like it should be a slightly less cost for a digital version.
Think it should be less because you're not printing paper, and you don't actually own that comic when you buy it. There's
Correct.
DRM. They could take it offline. Like if it's a physical media, you own it. You can burn it. You can do whatever you want with it. But a digital comic is not the same. Right. I'd be fine with, like, if it was $1 less. I think that would be okay and make sense. There's far less overhead with digital stuff. Like, so printing shop, it's just sitting on a server, and there's like Sammy says like $1 off, like I 100% agree. It should be cheaper. And at least by at least $1.
That's fine. I would even say that's fine.
Yes. Good question.
Fantastic question.
Oh yeah. But that may have been an underestimation, as other former employees of the digital comic book distributor and publisher owned by Amazon shared their tales of being laid off. Comixology technical account manager Mike Eisenberg posted to his Facebook, "It feels utterly psychotic, but when I logged into Slack this morning to the realization that all of Comixology was being laid off, my first thoughts were, oh no, we have late deliveries for the next week. Who will ingest those? And customers will freak the fuck out if nobody runs AIP exports for Marvel, iOS, and Android apps. Like, significantly before it occurred to me to wonder, how will I live without health insurance? Can I afford my mortgage?"
Wow.
Eric Alexander Arroyo tweeted his own story as a digital editor at Comixology. "I lost my job today, so did a lot of amazing people. I've had the pleasure to call friends and colleagues. I can't focus too much on the projects that will never see fruition because I learned and grew so much from working with these people. This is an ill-timed one of these tweet threads because I don't really know what's next for me. I'll probably be okay. Stand up for others. Stand up for yourself. We'll only get through this life through solidarity." My DMs are open. Comixology co-founder John D. Roberts, who I believe left like 6 months ago. We did a story on one of the founders leaving. I'm so sorry, Eric. Seeing all these tweets has been both heartbreaking and reminding of just how much I love working with you all at Comixology. Let me know if you need anything. Thanks, John. It was a blast while it lasted. We got away with it for a while. So no official word from anyone at Comixology, but have been informed by other sources to expect layoffs to happen in 3 stages. With some let go today, more in June, and then more in October. Anyone could share their experiences. Feel free to reach out at Bleeding Cool. Like everyone is expecting a recession to come, slow down in the economy. Even our own prime minister is talking about that at his cabinet retreat this week, that the economy is going to slow down. So everyone's bracing for it to slow down. So they're cutting costs now before that happens. So this sucks for everyone.
Macho.
We have briefly toyed with the idea of letting artists and creators sell digital content on USL Comics. It's something we might add in the future, but we're not ready for that infrastructure-wise. And I have
definitely a possibility.
We have
stuff with that.
We have the ability to let people sell digital items, but we turn that off. I also have ethical issues about DRM, and I'm sure most obviously major publishers will want DRM, but like independent artists might not care if they're getting 95% of the profit. So
yeah,
and there are pros and cons to, well, I mean, there are mostly cons to DRM, but there are pros to not having DRM. I mean, you'll have like CD Projekt Red who never and their Games Over Galaxy or whatever store that prohibits DRM games.
Yeah.
They said they actually did better not having DRM in The Witcher 3 and sold far more copies, and people were willing to buy it multiple times for multiple platforms because of the goodwill of
yeah.
I bought that game twice, and I didn't
at least
have
twice.
to.
I bought it at least twice.
Bought it on PS4 and I bought it on PC. Sorry. I bought it on PC on GOG for DRM free. And then for my Steam Deck, I wanted to play it, but it's a pain in the ass to use the GOG Galaxy launcher on my Steam Deck. It's like a weird hack thing I had to do. And I was getting fed up running it through Linux and Proton.
Yeah.
So then I waited till it was on sale for $10 on Steam, and I bought it on Steam too. So I bought it 3 times.
There you go. Done.
Yeah. If anyone has any thing to add about DRM comics or content to make a case for it, I'd be happy to hear that in the chat. Okay, Ghost Rider and Wolverine hitch a ride to hell in Marvel Comics Weapons of Vengeance crossover.
Let's go.
In the new Ghost Rider series, I think that just concluded its first 10 issues. Wolverine was in 2 issues, and it was awesome. So they're going to do a Marvel Comics team up. Marvel Comics has announced that writer Benjamin Percy, who's been doing the current Ghost Rider run, is doing an explosive new crossover, Ghost Rider Wolverine Weapons of Vengeance. The story will kick off in August, with Percy set to team up with artist Jeff Shaw to reveal Wolverine and Johnny Blaze's first encounter. Also, they're going back in time. But when Logan was still learning what it meant to be an X-Men and Johnny was still reeling from his demonic transformation, the pair fought side by side against a terrifying supernatural threat. Now in the present, Wolverine is on the run to the shocking events of Fall of X, while Johnny is following a path of destruction. Benjamin said the story is set to continue in Ghost Rider 17 and Wolverine 36 before wrapping with an Omega issue, with preceded by an Alpha issue. Wolverine is metal, Ghost Rider is metal. Together they're adamantium and chrome, weigh in as heavy metal.
Oh my
metal! You know how Metallica and Iron Maiden have toured together, shredded out songs wailed on their music videos. This is a little like that. I write the sheet music that Jeff Shaw brings to pyrotechnic guitar smashing life. You're in for a headbanging good time, I promise. This story not only unites Logan and Johnny in the present, but also tells the story of their first, never-before-seen meeting. Here are the quick, dirty liner notes when Wolverine investigates the possibility of a new Weapons Plus program. one that experiments and specializes in the arsenal of hell. He finds himself conscripted as a weapon of vengeance. It's interesting. And the only one capable of stopping him is Johnny Blaze, Rev Your Engines, Pop Your Claws.
Pop your claws.
It is a cool A cover there. I like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Weapons of Vengeance. So that comes out
Pop your claws.
in August. Yes, August. Okay. So last week, Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing, issue 4 came out. There's a main story in the Jokers, and then there's like a 3 or 4 page mini story at the back, with this kind of old school kind of art. So I'll just read the article. DC writer Matthew Rosenberg is addressing the recent controversy about his comic book storyline, which features the Joker becoming pregnant. In a post to his Substack, does that mean Substack, titled Chapter 90, I guess we have to talk about it. Rosenberg writes in part that if you don't get your news from the Here's What to Be Angry About people, you may have missed this. But certain corners of the world are quite mad about the new issue of the Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing. Makes the Joker trans, and then they become pregnant and give birth. Only slight problem, none of that actually happens in the comic. The new DC comic series, The Joker, is a mysterious series that centers around 2 different versions of the Joker. The sadistic, flamboyant crime boss operating both Gotham City and Los Angeles at the same time. The comic also comes with a backup storyline, which draws in Silver Age DC comic style and features a retro Joker trying to pull off a scheme to steal the water from the Gotham River. In issue 4 of the series, DC's heroine magician Zatanna shows up to thwart Joker's scheme, but the hero and villain weirdly hit it off, and Zatanna uses her backwards speak magic to cast a spell that literally states to the Joker, no one else will ever have your baby. While magic is a tricky thing, while Zatanna may have meant to permanently reserve her spot as Joker's future baby mama, what ends up happening is the spell makes the Joker the sole person who can carry his own baby. It's far from the typical pregnancy or birth. The Joker gives birth to a mud baby from his mouth, who turns out to be a piece of Batman villain Clayface. That mud baby eventually turns into a smaller version of Joker himself, and they become a demented family. There is a joke about like where this baby's going to come out because he doesn't have the parts for it. He spits it out. Like he throws it up, and then there's the mud thing on the. Yeah, it's quite the weird storyline. Didn't make him trans. It just like
He's definitely not trans. He's just in a
like were people complaining about the Junior movie and Arnold Schwarzenegger being trans in that movie because he got a baby stuck in his stomach. I don't know. It seems like something weird to be upset about.
pass.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It was funny. I don't know. I found it funny.
Care less. Pass.
Yeah. Okay. Top 10 and keys of the week.
Keys of the week. Your top 10.
Okay, so World's Finest is number 1. That's the Jack White cover.
Ooh, that's
I
it.
wonder how much that's going for.
That's a pretty funky
$90. So if you got a good $90, you can buy the Jack White cover cardstock.
Spicy meatball.
54, 49. Yeah.
Hot dang.
Wakanda number 4, I think, is the Tosin Adouye son. Oh, first appearance of Kimmy, also origin of Ben Hazen. Atlantis. So since James Gunn took over, DC speculation has started to actually grow. As before, nobody cared because they never knew what DC was going to do. This one is the first Cordax from Aquaman. Not too expensive yet. So it's a spec book. Biker Mice from Mars? Never heard of this.
What?
Marvel Comics.
I was going to say, this is old. This is from like 93.
I don't know. Is there an animated show coming out? I haven't heard anything. Maybe a TV show cartoon, Marvel Comic Unread. You can get Biker Mice from Mars for $20. Venom number 16.
Yeah, new animated series and a toy line.
Oh, it's a toy line, eh? The little mice on motorcycles.
Damn. They look jacked.
This is the 1 in 25 variant for Venom 15, going for $20. We have a story about these two later, but Bitch Planet and Sex Criminals.
Oh.
Those are number 6 and 7. That's new this week. Spider-Man is still in the top 10 with that new appearance of first appearance of Insidious 6, and Spider-Man number 10 with the cover of Eminem, going for $8,000.
That
Grade
what now?
Grade
a
of
month?
10.
Over a month that's
That's
on
been
the
it.
list?
Yeah, that and the Deadpool
right.
big.
Yeah.
What's that guy's
Those
name?
are the big ones the last little bit. That was crazy.
What was that rapper's name? The one who, I mean, I
Oh,
could say the
Biggie.
one. Yeah, but yeah. Oh, I guess that's the only one for sale on eBay, and it's a 10, and it's $8,000.
Holy snapping.
Okay.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I just
Jasmine says Sex Criminals is so good. Yeah. I did read the premise of that, and it does sound good. It's coming as a TV show, but we'll have that at the end of the show. Keys of the Week in stores today and tomorrow. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Run in the Lost Years. Variant cover by Mike Diodato Jr. That cover is a 1 in 100, so it's super expensive already. I saw on the sites that I buy comics from. Archie versus the World number 1 shot described as equal parts Mad Max Fury Road and the Fist of the North Star for Archie. Okay. This is also Last Run in the Lost Years, first appearance of young turtles Odin, Unu, Moja, and Yi. Bulls of Beacon Hill number 1. A successful surgeon has been able to live his life without the public knowledge, knowing that his father is a notorious gangster, but that is about to change when his political aspirations make him the target of the mob. Darkwing Duck is back with Darkwing Duck number 1.
amazing.
Inferno Girl Red number 1, 3-issue limited series from Image's Massive Verse. Oh, I should pick that up. Invincible number 1 reprint, another reprint of Invincible. We did get a trailer of season 2 Invincible. Did you see that?
It was actually a teaser.
It was listed as a trailer. And
Really? Because it was only like a teasy thing, and they also like totally broke almost the fourth wall, I would say, almost.
Oh, the trailer was the trailer was hilarious. I loved it.
It was funny. It was very funny. But yeah, they kind of broke the fourth wall a little bit, but they didn't really give too much.
No, they didn't say anything in
info.
it. It's just funny of like, it's coming. 2023.
Yes.
Okay. 2023.
Sometime.
Lady Death, Necrotic Genesis number 1. A new era unfolds with foes, both new and old, descending on Lady Death. And to her great surprise, White Reapers bearing her unique DNA manifest across the globe. Action Comics number 1051. New format, 3-story anthology. Solicitation says this issue marks the first appearance of new characters, new costumes, and a new era of Action Comics. So I guess it's a relaunch. Batman, One Bad Day, Catwoman number 1 shot featuring Catwoman. Blue Beetle, Graduation Day number 3, first appearance of the Green Beetle. Harley Quinn 26, continuation of the multiverse storyline where Harley Quinn encounters different versions of herself, including a mermaid Harley Quinn. Lazarus Planet, We Once Were Made Gods, anthology of stories that explore the effects of the Lazarus ray on different areas of the world. Murder World continues with Wolverine number 1. Contestants compete for their lives as multiple versions of Wolverine hunt them down in Arcade's Murder World. Sins of Sinister number 1. So introduction of a new timeline or an Age of Apocalypse type crossover event. Sins of Sinister is getting a ton of this event is getting a ton of tie-ins. I think there's one with Storm leading the Brotherhood. There's a bunch. So this is going to be the event for next 6 weeks or so, at least. Cool. Here's the big one of the week that sold out almost instantly on every site. Star Wars High Republic, The Blade number 2. First appearance of everyone. Yeah. There's 4 appearances and 1 cameo. If you're lucky to snag a copy, you're in luck. Not sure. I'm sure they'll be for sale on eBay by tomorrow at a 100% markup. Star Wars spec is continues to be pretty crazy. Everyone jumps on first appearances because we know that with the Acolyte TV show.
Oh, that was crazy. That was almost a month as well.
Yeah, but we know with the Acolyte that the High Republic timeline is coming, and who knows where that's gonna blossom out of other shows and timelines, and who's gonna show up. And yeah, Detective Comics 1068, a variant cover by In-Hyuk Lee. Oh, that's pretty sweet. And Amazing Spider-Man 18, a variant cover by Ryan Stegman. Okay. Deadpool 3-star Hugh Jackman teasing Wolverine's classic costume with the latest Instagram post. Oh, this is I'm hyped already, dude. X-Men fans have been clamoring to see Wolverine's distinctive costume for many years, but the closest Hugh Jackman ever got to suiting up in the Logan's comic book duds was taking a quick glimpse at the outfit in the extended cut of James Mangold's Wolverine. We finally see that classic yellow costume when old Knucklehead teams up with Ryan Reynolds, Mark with a Mouth in Deadpool 3. Rumors suggest that is indeed the plan. So, looks like this might be prototypes. I don't know if that's wearable, but it looks like maybe a mock-up or something of what they're going to do. Deadpool 3 hits theaters September 6, 2024.
Next, yeah, in a year and a half.
20 months.
I don't see it.
They
end of the year if we're lucky.
I mean, I know. So Hugh Jackman was promoting something else, I think, on Stephen Colbert, and he said he's getting in shape now for Deadpool. So it's got to be shooting in 2 months ish, and
damn.
I can I'm sure Ryan Reynolds and whoever's writing partner have pretty much already written the script 2 years ago. I was just hoping, or they already had most of it already planned out. So I don't really think there's gonna be a lot of CGI if it's a road trip. I don't know. It's not gonna be there's not gonna be a giant, quantum medium set piece where that's the entire movie is just the volume screen technology they use.
Yeah, the background is probably just going to be Arizona. It's not going to be a...
Yeah. Okay, so as Jasmine said, Sex Criminals is so good. Sex Criminals and Bitch Planet series adaptations reportedly in the works at Prime Video. So that's Amazon. Award-winning comic book creators Matt Fraction and Kelly Sue DeConnick have reportedly signed or close to signing an overall deal with Amazon Prime Video to adapt 2 of the more controversial titles. According to Above the Line, Fraction's acclaimed 2013 sci-fi romance series Sex Criminals and DeConnick's more recent Bitch Planet are both being developed as live-action shows. Sex Criminals, which is one of the most banned and challenged comics in the U.S., I'm surprised they're still banning comics in 2013, but they seem to like to ban a lot of books in America. Focuses on a librarian named Susie and an actor named John who meet at a party and end up sleeping together. Later, they are shocked to discover that they share the ability to freeze time when they orgasm. As their relationship develops and their sexual histories are explored, they decide to rob the bank where John works in order to save Susie's endangered library. That sounds like it could be a lot of fun. There's some interesting things they could do with that. An earlier adaptation of the Eisner Award-winning series was in the works at Universal back in 2015, but plans fell through. Bitch Planet deals with women who have been imprisoned for being non-compliant in an off-planet prison called the Auxiliary Compliance Outpost. Their narrative arc moves through time, presenting how women were arrested in the first place, as well as their various experiences within the prison. That's pretty much all we have to go on for now, but it sounds like both projects are in very early stages of development, so it'll probably be a while before we get any solid updates. If it's just starting now, they sign the deal this year. It'll take the both a year to develop each scripts, and then blah blah blah. So maybe 2025 we might get some maybe the first season.
I would say 2025 seems about right.
I think Bitch Planet was only 8. Let me see. I think Bitch Planet was only 8 issues, so it might be a limited series. I know Sex Criminals, I think, was more. Oh, so Bitch Planet was 10 issues, so they could do a limited series of that. That's, a one and done series. Let's see. Sex Criminals was a lot longer. I think it was 25 issues. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I was doing the wrong thing.
Close enough.
Oh, Sex Criminals is almost 70 issues, so they could get a couple seasons out of that. And the best part is it's not at Netflix.
So it's got a chance.
It has a chance to get past one season. Fuck.
Saying there's a chance.
Yeah. Yeah, so those sound like fun, interesting premises.
Yes.
Okay. Marvel Comics announces Avengers relaunch and a team roster sure to make MCU fans very happy. Well, Jason Aaron's Avengers run nearing its end, Marvel Comics will relaunch the title this May with a brand new roster of Earth's mightiest heroes. The Star, the Icon, the Witch, the Construct, the God, the Engineer, the King. This May, writer Jed McKay and artist C.F. Villa will take the reins of Earth's mightiest heroes in a new run of Avengers, with the comic book launching just in time for the team's milestone 60th anniversary. God damn, 60 years. Following Jason Aaron's monumental work on the title, will be introduced to an all-new Avengers lineup led by Captain Marvel. That includes Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Black Panther, Scarlet Witch, and Vision. So a very MCU-friendly roster of superheroes. Mm-hmm. This is kind of I didn't expect them to go this way, actually. Mm-hmm. Given that, well, Iron Man's done in the MCU, Thor's about to be probably done in 2 more movies with a recast or like Jane Foster takes over. Captain America, well, I mean, Sam's Captain America now, so that's fine. Black Panther, we have a new one, Scarlet Witch and Vision. Yeah, I mean, maybe just 2 are out of that. This team will assemble when they're gifted the knowledge of the Tribulation events, the series of grand-scale disasters that will spark upheaval throughout the known universe. Amazing Spider-Man artist Stuart Immonen will make a celebrated return to Marvel Comics for the title. Yeah, so there's the first cover. The new heroes.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh yeah, it is Sam Wilson as Captain America. Okay. Speaking of Captain America, I didn't plan it that way, but I guess it just happened.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah. Captain America New World Order, rumored to include the MCU debut of the Serpent Society. In 2014, Marvel Studios held an event that saw them announce the epic Phase 3 slate to the world after initially revealing plans to release Captain America's Serpent Society in 2016. That was exposed as a misdirect mere moments later when we found out we'd actually be getting Captain America Civil War. Well, we had no complaints, of course, because Civil War was amazing, and the co-founder and I, the wife, just watched that again last weekend.
So good.
Yeah. That looks now set to change in Captain America World Order, following the claims that from a reliable scooper on social media. The team's first confirmed members said to be Diamondback, with the timing of the scoop making us wonder whether that's who Sasha Roquemore could be playing in the movie. While many of you will read Diamondback and think about Luke Cage's villainous brother from his Netflix series, which was fucking terrible. This is obviously the Rachel Leighton version first introduced in the pages of Captain America 1985. That was the one thing about that Netflix Luke Cage. Like, it was so good until like episode 7 when they killed Cottonmouth and then brought his brother in, and it nosedive for me. Yeah. I'm not saying Mike Holder wasn't great as Luke Cage. It's just the story just got like, I just didn't care.
I would agree.
As for Serpent Society, they're a group of snake-themed baddies who have plagued Steve Rogers for years. We're a little surprised they're going to be part of the movie that's already shaping up to be pretty crowded, so here's hoping they fare better than the Falcon and the Winter Soldier's flag smashers. Yeah, they don't be
Right.
like, hey, this is like the first group they fight in the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and then it's like on to the story. Like they just give you an action set piece with the Serpent Society, and then
Yeah,
they're on to the main that actually wanted them to be a
I can see
villain.
that. I can see that.
Morbius wins some awards. It's just the wrong ones. Sorry,
No,
nominated.
no. It's the right ones.
So in news that will surprise none of us, Morbius has landed 5 nominations this year at the 43rd Annual Razzie Awards, while Netflix
yeah.
Blonde is leading the charge, which is weird because she was nominated for Best Actress today for the Oscars.
Yes, and I think and I was watching. It was hilarious because I was actually watching YouTube clips today regarding obviously Oscar announcements.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the first time in the entire history of the Razzies that they nominated a actress and picture for whoever, and they were also nominated for the same thing at the Oscars. So apparently it's happened with actors and actresses playing different parts within the same year.
Right.
They've done it,
Yeah.
but it was never for the same
Movie.
film
Wow.
or the same role. And we have now come. It's now happened.
circle.
So we've done it. Yeah.
We have a feeling Sony's Pictures' latest Marvel movie could walk away with a lot of wins when the ceremony takes place and for the Oscars. Disney Plus's awful Pinocchio remake also hasn't fared that well, while Samaritan and Jurassic World, Dominion, and Firestarter are among the titles we covered. You may recognize here. There are no other comic book movies. A surprise considering the fact that Thor: Love and Thunder could have quite easily broken into at least a couple of these categories. Russell Crowe, or supporting actor. Well, let's take a look at this. So now this is different than Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, right? Because his was nominated for Best Animated Movies today, but I don't think
It's his. It's the one with. I think it's the one with Tom Hanks.
Yeah, okay, yeah. There's one with Tom Hanks, and there's one like a stop animation.
Motion.
Animation.
Yes. So this
That was
is
Guillermo's.
it's Tom Hanks's Pinocchio.
Okay.
Yes. So bad.
I don't know anything about Good Morning, the King's Daughter. Never heard of it.
No, me neither.
It's not hard to believe that Machine Gun Kelly was nominated.
That's amazing.
I'm surprised Pete Davidson was though. I've only seen him in one movie, and he was good in it with that
For his voice.
Bill. Yeah. Tom Hanks, Jared Leto, Sylvester Stallone. I don't know if Samaritan. I know of it. I didn't watch it though.
I heard nothing but bad things. So
yeah, Jurassic Park Dominion was fucking terrible. Diane Keaton.
It was
wow. She's
awful.
generally a really good actress. Good nominated.
I didn't watch Mark and Rita, but yeah.
Mac and Rita, not Mark. Mac and Rita. Worst remake, ripoff, sequel, Blonde, 365 Days, and the next 365 days. I don't even know what that is. Pinocchio, Firestarter, Dominion. Worst supporting actress. Oh, Morbius again. Good for them.
Yeah.
Mira Sorvino. That's surprising. Pete Davidson again. Wow, they hated Tom Hanks. Like, he did have a weird accent in Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
But so did Colonel Tom. He had a weird accent.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was fine with that. Whatever the Razzies think, I don't know. I really liked Elvis a lot. I thought it was a good movie. Worst screen couple. I know that was a thing. Tom Hanks and his latex-laden face for Elvis. Andrew Dominic and his issues with women. Ouch. Did you watch Blonde? Has anyone watched Blonde? Anyone in the chat?
I haven't watched it, but I read a couple of reviews after it came out, and then an actual detailed synopsis of like kind of what happens throughout the movie. And it is not great.
Because Netflix thought it was going to be an Oscar, and
it's
it
like
kind of was. Like, she was nominated, but I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Apparently, it's like her performing sexual acts and also getting like assaulted or something to that effect, and it's like extremely graphic,
Okay, let's see.
something like that. But yeah, she was nominated for actress, I believe, in lead role, and also the
Yes,
movie
Anna
was
de
nominated,
Armas
right?
Blonde.
Yeah.
Let's go completely off topic and talk about this now. Well, I guess not completely off topic because Marvel earned their first Best Actress nomination for an MCU movie.
Support, right? It wasn't best.
Yeah, sorry, supporting role.
Yeah, support. Yeah.
So of these, I've seen Elvis, the Banshees of Inisherin, which was amazing.
I haven't watched it yet. I gotta watch it.
Everyone is talking about Brendan Fraser.
Yes, that should
I
be
would
good.
like to, obviously I would like to see that, but I'm super happy for him. Barrow Keegan, Cohegan, and Banshees again. Short round and everything everywhere all at once. Banshees, yep, blonde, okay. Fablemans, I haven't watched it yet. I have it on my list.
I heard it's quite good.
Sammy says the whale movie is amazing. Yeah. Would definitely like to watch it, although it's probably super sad is what I'm gonna say. And yeah, I don't know if we want to see that in a theater. It is playing across the river from us in America, but it's not playing near me in Canada. Yeah, so actress in supporting role, Angela Bassett, Carrie Condon, Jamie Lee Curtis. So she, I don't know, will she win? She's up against Carrie Condon and Banshees, which you haven't watched. I assume Hong Chow was very good in The Whale. But like, you know, Sammy says it's a tearjerker. Yeah. I assumed it was going to be a tearjerker. So you might not want to watch that in theaters with other people. Like Everything Everywhere All at Once has, you know, 33% of the nominations in this category. So I don't know. She was amazing in Black Panther, but I don't know if she can win. Yeah. So
I think she has the ability to win. I think she definitely has the ability to win, and I mean, I'm gonna say it's like a 60-40 chance she's gonna take it.
Okay. Well, we'll find out in March. It's nice to see Turning Red got nominated. That movie was fun.
Absolutely.
Canadian movie from Toronto.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
When's the Oscars? It's usually in March 12th. March 12th.
There you go.
Cinematography. We're watching this weekend. I watched the original in school from, you know, the 1923,
Right.
whenever it was the first one was made.
Yeah.
Costume design. You know, a little upset about that because we were going to talk about how bad some of the costumes looked in Black Panther. Remember the suits, the angel suits or whatever?
Yeah.
Those are terrible.
They
Like
definitely,
everything, like nothing else stood out to be like awful. Though those suits looked terrible.
I felt like the difference between the first Black Panther versus the second one, at least for costumes, was you could tell the difference.
You could tell.
You could feel it. Yeah.
Also weird that, I mean, it's not weird. It's funny that Avatar was nominated for Best Picture, nowhere near directing. James Cameron.
Yeah.
I know you like the movie. I'm still 100% skeptical that movie isn't terrible. But
I definitely don't think it's terrible. It's I don't think it's a hairball. I definitely don't think it's like even, you know, bad or average in any way. I think it's a good movie. I think the ability to completely remove you from, you know, the idea that you're sitting in a theater and you get immersed in, like, you know, a movie, you know,
For
universe.
5 hours.
Yeah, that doesn't really happen anymore. You know, despite the story. I definitely
mean like you don't recognize how long it's been? Like how long you've been sitting there?
Oh yeah, like it feels like, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like time's wasting at all. It just feels like you're fully engrossed. And I just trying to say that, like, at least for movie wise, that hasn't happened in a long time. And I think that's definitely like up for debate, but all like in the terms of in a good way. But for story wise and all around, no, I don't know. Best Picture is. I don't think so.
Yeah. Oh, so for directing, have you watched Triangle of Sadness?
Not yet.
Because it got nominated for Best Picture too.
Mm.
We tried to watch it like a month ago and we turned it off halfway through. Yeah, and you know what? Friends said it was one of the best movies I've ever seen, and we just didn't get it. Like
Okay.
Woody Harrelson's in it, which is fine, like you know, like him as an actor, but I don't know, it just wasn't for us. If anyone's seen Triangle of Sadness
Fun.
and liked it, could you explain why?
Please. Fun.
Let's see, film editing, Top Gun.
Yeah, I would say Top Gun very much deserving to be there. Music for at least everything everywhere all at once for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
So let's talk Best Picture. So
Yes,
All Quiet on the
let
Western
us.
Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Fabelmans, Tar. Tar got nominated for a couple things. It's not out yet, so I don't know if it's good or bad. I mean, personally, Top Gun: Maverick. I feel like that's the safe choice to nominate that movie.
yeah.
Like it did $1 billion. Everyone universally loved it.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's not a deep thinking movie. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a popcorn movie, which is fine.
Yeah. Sammy
just-
said he was bored watching it.
Really, you didn't like the retread of A New Hope, Star Wars: A New Hope, like that is like Top Gun is that movie. It's 100% Star Wars: A New Hope,
That's so
which is
funny.
fine. I don't know. It was entertaining for me. It's just, I can understand why people like
Yes.
Sammy got bored.
Yeah.
Because they'd seen it. This is the third time they would have seen it because A Force Awakens is the remake of A New Hope. So, time number 3. Yeah, Triangle of Sadness got nominated, and Women Talking, which is
Canadian.
yes, directed by Sarah Polley from Road to Avonlea. Short films, care about sound. The Batman got nominated for sound.
And visual effects, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and visual effects. Oh, Black Panther got nominated for visual effects. Writing, adapted screenplay. Yeah, All Quiet on the Western Front's getting a lot of nominations. Women Talking, screenplay by Sarah Polley. Top Gun again. Glass Onion. Like it was good, but I don't know that it's
Yeah.
Oscar worthy for the script.
A wee bit of a stretch.
Writing, original screenplay, Banshees, 100%. Everything All at Once, 100%. The Fablemans and Tar, I don't know yet. And Triangle of Sadness, no fucking way. I don't. Like, yeah, if you have a chance, watch it and tell me why.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll try this week, and we'll circle back. I'll try to watch as much as I can. We'll circle back next week because I'm only at half of these movies right now. Like I didn't even fucking finish.
Yeah,
Maverick,
my wife and I try and at least watch most of the movies for Best Picture just to get like, an idea of where culture is at the time. And we've already seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the 8. So 8,
Oh god, I've only seen
9.
3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, is that 10? 1, 2, 3,
slacking.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, there's 10. There's 10
10.
movies.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Remember when there used to be
People
like
have been
the limit of 5 or
yeah.
4? Right?
Yeah.
And I feel like is there less movies being made now? Because I mean, there's less small independent.
That's
like,
also true. I feel
know-
like that's the case.
Yeah, there's no real. It's not really like there's no real middle class of movies anymore. It's either
No.
giant budgets or super small.
Well, I mean, Everything Everywhere All at Once. What was I think its budget was pretty small, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where were we? Okay. So Black Panther. Yeah, 5 nominations. This is the last news story for this week. Thunderbolt's rumored details on Sentry's role in the movie as a real villain. Though nothing has been confirmed, the Superman level threat the Thunderbolts will face in the upcoming Marvel Studios is believed to be the Sentry. We may now have a better idea of how the mega powerful character will factor into the story. According to Insider, can we get Toast? Well, why can't you get Toast? I don't know. Sentry will indeed serve as the main physical antagonist, but the real mastermind pulling his strings will be Contessa. Yes, Val is expected to put the titular team together, but based on what we can gather, she will ultimately be revealed as the real big bad, which probably shouldn't come as a major surprise for witnessing her duplicitous methods in Black Panther. Which I read they stuffed that into Black Panther so that they could do the callback for Thunderbolts. Val will reportedly play a hand in Sentry's creation. In the comics, it's a meth addict named Robert Reynolds who gains the power of a million exploding suns. There is a band called Horse the Band that has a song called A Million Exploding Suns. That should be his theme. Actually, let me find it on. I wonder if it's on YouTube, so we get banned.
I can see that.
Horse the
That
Band.
being the thing.
Oh, it's the first one.
Hey, look at that.
Don't want it to be too loud.
It's perfect.
It's very this band was very video game-ish.
Yeah, they were definitely. That's one way to put it.
Anyways, that should be the theme song. Okay, so Val's creation, where the Thunderbolts themselves might fit in, remains to be seen, but there's a chance Val will either use them as scapegoat as a way to maintain her cover.
Scapegoat.
So yeah. So as I was telling Josh yesterday, my wife and I were enjoying Interview with a Vampire, which is pretty good, and we just finished it. And tonight when we're watching it, this guy plays Lestat. I felt like he could be a Gambit or maybe Sentry. Like he's definitely
Sentry.
He's got the New Orleans accent down, Frenchy kind of accent, because Lestat and Louis live in New Orleans. But
I'm gonna take a wild stab and say that I think they're gonna try to get fucking what's his name to come and do Gambit.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah. Old Channy. Channy T.
He's getting old though.
Yeah, but I mean, with the timing, within a couple years, it's possible.
Well, so X-Men won't be for at least another 5, right?
Well, they rumored that he might do a cameo in Deadpool 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Apparently, Reynolds has been speaking
to people about cameos.
Yeah.
Could the road trip go through New Orleans? I guess.
That's saucy. That would be disgusting. I like that idea.
I mean, he is doing another Magic Mike movie.
Well, this is the last one.
The Last Dance. Yeah, the Last Dance.
That's it. It's it. Yeah. I'm assuming the one underneath that is probably going to be a good one too. Pussy Island.
It's about cats.
Okay, perfect.
Frida is a young, clever Los Angeles cocktail waitress who has her eyes set on the prize of philanthropist and tech mogul. What a name, Slater King. When she skillfully maneuvers her way into King's inner circle and ultimately an intimate gathering on his private island, she's ready for a journey of a lifetime. Despite the epic setting, beautiful people, and ever-flowing champagne, and the late-night dance parties, Frida can sense there's something more to the island. Something terrifying. Channing T does not need to be canon.
Channy!
Everyone disagrees with you, Moody.
Channy!
I don't know. I also think that Interview with the Vampire is, I think it's well reviewed enough, and he was very good as Lestat that he could. He's either going to end up in DC or Marvel. Like he's unknown enough to be known, and I know they were looking for kind of like famous but not too 99%.
Yeah, of course. The in between, baby. Yeah.
And the girl who played Claudia in the show was fantastic too. It was really it was really good. They did weird. They greenlit season 2 before season 1 even came out. What a concept. But it won't be up for another 2 years apparently, according to the director. So yeah. Anyways, I think that's it for this week. Is there any anything else you wanted to bring up? What's on Disney? What's on Disney Plus that we're watching? Bad Batch. It's been fine so far.
I haven't been watching it. I'm falling behind. I suck.
The ending of Willow was fine.
Haven't watched
that
it yet.
series. Not sure if there'll be a season 2, but I'd be happy if there was. Who doesn't need more work? Davis.
I started that 90s show. It's not
we
bad.
just watched the first episode of that tonight.
All right.
All
right.
Yeah, like it's 100% what you expected. Like the humor is the same humor as before.
Yes. I also enjoy that a majority of the older cast that they show, like let's say 80% of them, looks like they haven't aged more than a week.
Oh yeah, Topher Grace looks the same. Donna does look a bit older. She looks thinner too, which she's too thin.
Yeah. And then
Red and Kitty
Donald,
look
Joe
fantastic.
Rupp, and they look the exact same. Yeah.
Jasmine said, are they going to do Rogue and Gambit? I mean,
essentially,
yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't know who you do for Rogue though. Like who's?
Don't
I guess if you're gonna do Channy for Gambit.
Reba McNeil.
Reba McNeil. You mean Rita McNeil, the singer?
No, Reba. Isn't that her last name? Isn't her last name McNeil? Reba
McIntyre?
McIntyre. See, it was close.
The singer?
Yeah, the singer. Yeah.
Joking. Isn't she dead? No,
she's like 65 years old.
That's the Ashley Judd's mom is dead. Winona Judd. Winona? She's the one that just passed away.
So, yeah.
How it's so weird how we get so far away from like a topic of.
I love it.
Jesus.
That's the juice.
I don't know if anyone has a good idea of who should play Rogue. I mean, could you do Anna Paquin still? Because now, if Chaney's Gambit at 40, if you're not doing a young Rogue and young Gambit, you could cast them in their 40s, and Anna Paquin's old enough now to do that.
I would agree. I mean that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I could see it.
Yeah. Anyways. Sammy says it's 90 show, give it a 5 out of 10. Yeah.
I've only watched the first 3 episodes. So
we're only one episode.
I don't want to get ahead of myself.
So, yeah, we're not. I will not review it other than it's the same humor as the first one, and they did the cameos already of who you want to see. So first episode, you mean
Danny Matherson's not coming back?
I would imagine they don't address that whatsoever.
Oh, I bet they don't say a thing. Yeah. They're not going to say a word. Yeah.
But I assume Fez is going to show up at some point too. So
I think it's the end of episode 3.
But there's 2 actors that won't come back on the show that are dead. Like Donna's mom has passed away, and same with his sister, right? Well, I wonder if they mentioned. I wonder if they mentioned his. Well, I guess they could. They already had the chance to mention Eric's sister in the.
They haven't said anything yet, but again, I'm not finished, so. Yeah.
Sammy says he's on the 5th episode. Okay, well, we'll be back. We'll be back next week.
Yeah.
What is next week?
I don't know. Something. 31st.
Okay. Yeah, we should be back next week with more news if there is any. And thanks for hanging out with us. And hit the like button if you liked it. I guess I don't know.
Or the
and I hope
subscribe
my-
button.
hope
Hit all
my-
the buttons,
Hope,
man.
hope my mic was fine. Okay, thanks. Thanks, everyone.